Hi guys, welcome to this pick a card. Welcome back if you are used to being here, and welcome if you are brand new. My name is Johanna. Welcome to the channel. We are going to be taking a look at a pick a card for a chakra check-in. What chakra kind of has a message for you that you maybe need to know, maybe some energy that needs to be worked through. For those of you who don't know, I incorporate Reiki into my channel as well as my membership. So this is an area that I love to work in. So we're going to look at 3 different messages here so you guys can intuitively pick which pile feels the most, calling you, we'll say. I do have a piece of black tourmaline on each card. So yeah, we'll basically take a look at the energy, see what's coming up. I have additional oracles and tarot that I will live pull for you guys in each session. So yeah, we have pile number 1 here with this black tourmaline. We have pile number 2 with this small piece. And we have pile number 3 with this piece. So take your time to intuitively choose which pile. If you feel called to multiple, feel free to watch however many you want. And yeah, whenever you're ready, timestamps will be down below, and we will see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this piece of black tourmaline. So let's see what chakra has a message for you. We have number 30 with I am presence, and this is the crown chakra. So interesting. For some of you, there could be this sense of needing just in general to kind of be more present, possibly even making time for like meditation, slowing down. I feel like your creativity will enhance by doing that if you're looking to, and even if it's not like, even if you're not trying to be creative, but like new ideas, new insight, things to that extent. Let's see. We have career and we have, life purpose. So for those of you who are in this pile, I feel like this has to do possibly with your career, your life purpose, the direction, I feel like, of your life. Like, I don't know if there's a lack of clarity or if you're struggling to understand where you're meant to be going. Interesting as well, there's trees on all of these cards. So some of you, this is about like, there's a ladder here. So it's about like climbing the ladder, climbing the tree, trying to get to the top of something in your career. Or maybe it's a level of success that you're looking for. But I also feel like there's something to do with like your roots and your foundation. So in some ways, almost like a root chakra type of energy. Let's see what else here for pile 1. With this chakra check-in. Interesting, we have the moon with perception. Pile 1, please. Interesting. Yeah, look at that. I literally said creativity. And then we have surrender here, which I think what I think is interesting is that it's red, like a reddy orange, which makes me think of, again, like the root chakra. We do have relationship change at the bottom of the deck. We also have exploration. Some of you are going to be exploring your options. Even in career, this could be like your relationship with the job that you do, the work that you do, where you do your work. So with the crown chakra, I feel like there's a strong sense of like your intuition, the messages from spirit trying to come into you. Your again, your creativity around either what you should be doing or what you are doing, and how to like level that up. So this definitely, I feel like, is like what you're doing with your life / your career, how you make money, that sort of thing. There seems to be, it's like, it's interesting because it's like there's this sparkle, this glimmer, this, if it's like something's trying to come in towards you, gravitate towards you, something that you could be kind of like magnetizing here. But I feel like you may only become aware of it, or whatever it is, or the action maybe you're supposed to take, when you allow yourself to relax, to get comfortable, and I shouldn't even say get comfortable, but it's like get comfortable in like calming yourself, because change can be uncomfortable. So it's not like this situation is going to be easy. The moon gives me this intuitive essence. Also with the word perception, there's this sense of like, it's how you're looking at things, how you're seeing things. And there might be a different way of seeing things that you're maybe not seeing, because you're maybe not allowing, you could be trying to control things, and you need to kind of like let things happen as they will. Some of you definitely with this 91 breaking down to like a 1, essentially, like it gives you 10 and then back down to a 1. There's something new that you're supposed to be starting, or a chapter, like there's a change that wants to happen here. Maybe an ending of one thing into the next level, the next chapter of something. So even if you're not doing something different, it could be leveling up in some way, but it's like allowing that process to happen. Some of you could be trying to kind of control that process. Okay, bottom of the deck we have Ace of Cups. So again, that kind of new-ish chapter here. So the first card came out was this Queen of Wands. Again, creativity, confidence though too. We also have the Lovers here with the Temperance, 4 of Wands, 3 of Cups, and the Emperor. So there's definitely celebration, 3 Cups, 4 of Wands. There's this element of having to make a decision and taking your time with something. I feel like too, this girl, the way she's kind of like, she almost looks like she's doing her own thing here, but she's kind of like side-eyeing, like, hey, what are you guys doing over there? I feel like don't get distracted by what other people are doing, what other people are, how they're showing up, what they're doing, their methods, their path. You have your own unique path. You have your own purpose. And her third eye and her crown here are lit up. And so I really feel like you're meant to follow your own sense of direction. You're not meant to do what everyone else is doing. And there's a need to, again, take that authority with the Emperor here. There's like this, you're in charge. There's this fiery, passionate energy with the Emperor and the Queen of Wands, like this creativity that wants to, I feel like, come through. But you also have to consciously choose that path for yourself. You have to choose the direction. Some of you, there's like people in your life with this 3 of Cups that maybe aren't, and even with this relationship change, there could be people that you're choosing to maybe either align or not align with. So there could be new people coming into your life, people leaving your life. And it's just a pure, I feel like it's just literally an alignment phase. Like it's just, you might find even people like are disappearing from your life a little bit, but it's so that you can start fresh. I really feel like your creativity is going to really blossom here, or wants to really blossom. Interesting as well with this Emperor being it's over the surrender card is I'm getting this element of, again, that control, like trying to control the outcome, trying to control the situation. He looks like he's kind of almost like raging a little bit, but he looks like he's putting a lot of something like into this sword here, right? Like there's this stuff coming out his hands, lava almost is what it seems like, but you don't have to control things. Don't try to, again, it's like, don't try to fit in a box. Don't try to fit in other people's boxes. This is about you being yourself. And you'll be celebrated for being yourself. I also feel like if there's a choice or decision that you're making to either leave or start something, I feel like it's going to go well, but you have to first get into that initial, like, taking of the risk, right? Like allowing yourself to step into it. What is the advice here for their career and this I am presence with the crown chakra? What is their advice? Yeah. The first card that came out was this 8 of Swords, so it's like getting out of your head here. Yeah, Page of Swords. It's okay to allow yourself to explore ideas, options, different things, different ways about things, but I also feel like don't over research to the point where you're like now feeling stuck. Page of Wands, 8 of Cups. Yeah, you have to continue on the journey. You have to allow yourself to actually take action towards a path. But I feel like some of you could like research this to death, or you're so caught up in your head around things. I feel like you need to put it into action with this Page of Wands. Put the creativity, the ideas into action, so that you can actually move on this path and allow the journey to unfold. The 8 of Cups doesn't always know where they're going, right? They just know that they're on the journey for something better, something different, right? And sometimes we have to trust that journey. But the 8 of Swords is someone who's trying to control and is like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I don't know what I should do. I don't know. What if this doesn't work, right? We start to doubt. We start to get in our heads. So I feel like you're being encouraged to be mindful of how often you're kind of caught in that mindset. The other thing too is if you have a lot of ideas, I feel like you're being encouraged to move your body, to literally, if you're stuck and you're feeling like your mind is all over the place and you can't make a decision and you don't know what to do and you're questioning things, you're doubting things, move your body. Like, do something either creative or move, like activity, go for a walk, stretch, do something to get into your physical body. And I feel like that's going to help you shift things here. But I feel like what this reading is saying is like you can have what it is that you want to do. You can have this career path, you can have this purpose, this path when it comes to what you feel like you should be doing in your life. You can do what you want to do. I feel like a lot of you already have an idea, but your thoughts and your mind and your comparison keeps you second guessing yourself. And with this crown chakra, it's saying be present with yourself, be present with spirit, be present with clearing your energy is going to be important for you guys. And like allowing yourself to be a channel, to be a vessel for the creativity. Allow the creativity to move through you. But I feel like you can only do that when you're present. You're going to find your creativity stifles when you're comparing yourself and trying to be perfect and trying to control everything, and you're trying to control the outcome of things. Like sometimes we just have to trial and error, and sometimes we just have to take action, just see where it takes us. So I feel like there's a little bit of that's coming through for you here, pile number 1. And if this isn't your career, I feel like this, I don't know, it came out so strongly. I feel like it's almost like it's probably not your pile. Like if there's nothing with regards to your career that you're noticing, and maybe check out a different relationship, or that's so funny because I literally have relationship change obviously at the bottom, but it's like different pile. It could be, though, for some of you, like maybe you're transitioning if you're retiring. It's like you could be leaving a career to transition into something creative that's your life purpose of something you want to show up and do and have and be present with in your life. Our purpose doesn't always have to be linked to how we make money, but it's how we show up, who we're being. And I feel like there's a reconnection to that and a creative connection to that. Lots of ideas, but just don't let yourself get overwhelmed by all of that. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Short and sweet little message here for today. So let me know if it resonates, obviously down below. If not, you guys can check out any of the other piles or different readings on my channel as well. I have posted depending on when you're watching this, but this week as I post this, I have posted a short little morning boost Reiki meditation. So if you are someone who likes meditations and would like to get some Reiki healing, that is also on my channel, so you guys can check that out as well. It should be the video posted before this. So, but yeah. Otherwise, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing. If you enjoy these messages or you enjoy the Reiki healings, I have both of those things offered in my Soulful Circle membership. It is a monthly membership where I give readings 3 times a week, monthly readings, Reiki healings for the month, as well as additional Reiki healings and a whole library of resources for you. So if that's something that interests you, the link for that will be in the description box. But otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next reading. So thank you so much for being here and liking and subscribing and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this, I forgot the name of it, black tourmaline crystal. This is going to be your reading for your chakra check-in. We're going to pull some tarot and some oracles as well and get a message here for you for this Reiki, or not this Reiki, this chakra message. So let's see what chakra wants to come through here for you, and then we'll kind of continue on with the reading. So we have family, number 5, with the root chakra. So pile 2, I feel like there's an ancestral, possibly an ancestral or like a karmic thing here. The other thing that I'm also getting is that there's something about like sticking together. Like all of these monkeys are like literally touching and holding on to each other. So I feel like there's something about like having each other's back, sticking together. And this doesn't have to be like blood family, but this could be like people in your life who you would consider family. We also have physical activity here with number 67, and we have music. Interesting. Physical activity does actually relate to the root chakra. Both of these things I feel like could help you get into harmony. You'd have to look it up, but I feel like listening to music, but I feel I'm getting frequencies. So frequency of the root chakra, that sort of healing would be maybe supportive for this. Let's see what else wants to come out with this message. We have passion. Definitely root chakra. It's kind of a little bit of root and sacral. Whoa, that's too many here. Pile 2 with this root chakra family card. I also feel like there could be change. There's the number 5 is not only on obviously the root chakra card, but it's also on the music. Like 32, 3 and 2 breaks down to a 5. Any other message from this deck? You got passion here. Ooh, courage. Friendship. Yeah, for some of you, this is not like it could be blood family, but it's like your relationships in general. We also have new beginnings. We have love here at the bottom of this deck. I feel like some of you could be finding new connections. People who you resonate with, people who are on the same frequency, people who are on the same path, have the same passions. They could be fire signs for some of you, or a fire sign. What else here? Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. We have Juno with partnership. Some of you could be a love relationship that feels like family, that it feels like a friend. You could be friends before you become family in the sense of relationships. What else here? Spirit wants me to take all of these. We have collaborate. Okay, there's so much here around like connections and people. We also have Pinnacle with Midhaven. We have Sensitize with Pisces. And we have Abundance with Jupiter. So, pile 2. Very different from pile 1. Pile 1 was more about their career. I feel like your message here is around picking and choosing the right types of people. People who you can be... Like our Midhaven has to do with like, not necessarily our career. It can be our career, but it's like our image, who we are in the world. It's typically like 10th house energy. So it's like status. I feel like there's a change to people, but it's connecting with people who you vibe with, people who you connect with on a deep emotional, maybe even spiritual, creative level. Some of you might have to kind of get out of your comfort zone, though, to meet these new people with courage here. Like, I actually feel like these relationships that are coming in, or that will be coming in, are going to be very abundant for you. They're going to be very supportive for you. You might also talk to your friends or your family about maybe a person. If you're looking for love, I definitely feel like there could be love coming towards you. Like there could be a relationship. This person, I feel like whoever comes into your life will feel, you'll maybe have a friendship first, or you'll have a strong foundation of friendship within the connection before this person like becomes family, or like they might even just feel like family. Like, you know, when you meet those people and you're like, I feel like I've known you before, you know? There's like that type of energy here. Even if they're friends, they don't even have to be love, but Juno does have to do with like love partnerships. This, like, these two birds kind of look like they're like little love birds, you know? But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. These could be people you're collaborating with, people you're connecting with. I just feel like it's people who are on the same page as you, people who you have a deep connection with because you have the same interests, you have the same passions, you're vibrating at a certain level that's allowing you to attract people. These could be, I feel like, because I brought up that ancestral piece, I feel like these could be people who you've maybe had past lives with. They could be soulmates. They could be people who you've connected with before. And typically when we meet people who are like, I feel like I know this person, or I've met them before, there's something that's so familiar about them. I truly feel like we have met them before. Our soul recognizes their soul, you know? What else here for pile 2 for this chakra energy here? Yeah, 4 of Wands, again, kind of more like partnership type of energy. 4 of Wands can be a card of like marriage. I'm also kind of getting like some of you could be going to somebody else's wedding, and maybe that's where you meet this person. We also have 10 of Swords. What else here? Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. What else here for pile 2? I feel like things are going to speed up here for you. Like, I don't know if like maybe you felt like love has been slow, or there just hasn't been any new people in your life. Yeah, I feel like things are going to kind of speed up. We got the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And then we have this 4 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and this Page of Swords. So it's like gone, 10 of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like gone are the slow energies, the slow vibe. Maybe relationships, partnerships, like maybe you've also had relationships and partnerships end, right? Because we do have new beginnings. Oh my gosh, behind this new beginnings is family. There's new people coming into your life that feel like home, feel like family. Again, friends, partners, could be business partners, like people who you like, networking, connections, right? Like those sorts of things. But people are going to feel, you're going to feel very connected. And I feel like it's important to not kind of close yourself off here, I feel like, with this Four of Pentacles. But also there's this sense of stability within the connections. We do have this root chakra, which is all about stability, safety, feeling secure, having support. And I feel like that's what these people will provide you with. And I think it's going to speed things up. It's going to move things forward. I feel like you might even feel like reinvigorated, like your passion really starts to flow, starts to, you know, if it's a relationship in the sense of like a love relationship, there could be a lot of chemistry here. But I also feel like with this Page of Swords, there's a lot of curiosity. There's a lot of getting to know each other. There's a lot of interest from an intellectual perspective as well as the physical. But it's like you're on the same page. And it's like these people are like bringing the spark back in your life. These people are maybe making you feel more at home, making you feel more comfortable, making you feel more like less like a weirdo, you know, like people who are like, oh, like I'm not the only one who thinks this way or likes these things or believes in this, or, you know, someone does love me, or, you know what I mean? Like there's something about like a belonging that you feel connected, you feel supported. So be on the lookout for people, connections, people who you vibe with, people who, and maybe it's a little bit of your frequencies changing, and so you're attracting a different type of person, but these people are totally in alignment with you. Like you really feel, again, supported by these people. Any advice for pile 2 with regards to this message? Any advice? Ace of Swords, I was getting like, don't be afraid to talk. So I'm not sure if some of you are shy. Again, Four of Pentacles, right? So it's like we have 7 of Cups and we have 10 of Wands for the advice. Clarify the 7 of Cups and the advice. King of Wands. And what's this 10 of Wands in the advice? We have the 6 of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay. There's, the 6 of Wands and the Hierophant with this 10 of Wands is making me, like, don't get worried about what other people think. 6 of Wands is a card of success and, you know, being recognized. You know, people typically are clapping for the person coming in after victory of a war or battle, that sort of thing. And Hierophant's traditions, values, its beliefs. And with this 10 of Wands, it's like there's the burden of like what you're carrying from, again, generational things. There's something that, again, I feel like you're maybe attracting a different type of person, or there's an element of fitting in that maybe you never felt like you did belong in your family. Maybe you felt like you didn't belong in society or whatever. And I feel like it's time to let go of that feeling of like, I don't belong, or people aren't on the same page as me, people don't have the same beliefs as me, people like, you know, that you have to put on this like facade. King of Wands, 7 of Cups. It's interesting because the King of Wands is looking at this Ace of Swords. Clarify this Ace of Swords. Seven of Cups is a card of like illusion, confusion. Yeah, we got the 2 of Pentacles. You can be different things. You can have different interests. You can be one way and you can have, you know, you can have differences. You don't have to, again, fit yourself in a box. I was getting this a little bit with pile 1. Of this, like putting yourself in a box, especially when it comes to like what people think of you and that sort of thing. I'm also getting with the Two of Pentacles, it's like there's this, and especially with the, I don't know what these are, if they're foxes or dogs or what, but this blending of the two, like two different people, but really getting along and like kind of creating this bond. Go with what you trust and that you feel is right. Don't get caught up in the illusion of what you think you should, or who's normal, who's not normal. Because when you vibe and you're on the same page as people, that's a special feeling. That's not something that you have with everybody. And if we didn't allow ourselves to bond with those people, we start to feel really lost. So I feel like don't shut those people down, right? Even Two of Swords behind that. So it's like, don't get in your head around maybe what you think it should be. Also, don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed. I feel like this isn't anything to get too kind of caught up about. Like just whoever you know, align with, or whoever you feel like whoever you're attracting in your life, as weird as they maybe are, there are some similarities that you have with them, and there's mutual interest, maybe if it's a love relationship, this person looks very different than what you originally thought, or maybe they're way different than what you thought you'd end up with. That's okay too. But you genuinely have a good connection. You genuinely have a good relationship. You know, there's depth to the relationship. So don't let the superficial things, or what people think, or what my parents think, or whatever, don't let that get in the way of you having a really good relationship and a really good connection. Because some people, you know, get married and get in relationships for the more superficial things, and it doesn't get them very far. And if it does get them far, they're really not happy typically, right? So don't poo-poo on a person or an idea or just people, whether that's friends, relationships, people in your life, because I feel like there's someone or people coming in who you deeply resonate with. And I don't think you're going to want to miss this type of relationship, because I think it's going to add a lot of abundance. It's going to add a lot of love into your life. It's going to add a lot of new opportunities, new people, new experiences. You're going to miss out on things if you don't allow yourself to, you know, kind of move forward with this, even though I feel like deep down you want to, you know. So hopefully that resonates for you guys. Be on the lookout for people who you vibe with. And I also feel like if people don't have your back, that's a really good sign to be like, see ya, bye, you know. So that's what I have for you guys, for you, pile 2. If you guys enjoyed this reading, or if you also enjoy meditations, Reiki healings, feel free to check out the Soulful Circle, which is my membership. It's a monthly membership. Prices will be going up in September 1st. But it is a membership where we pull cards. I do readings 3 times a week. I do a monthly reading as well as a monthly Reiki healing session, and I have a whole library of resources, nervous system regulation, grounding practices, Reiki healings, all that kind of stuff is in the back end. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to check that out in the description box below. And otherwise, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, as always, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this tourmaline crystal. We are going to take a look at your chakra check-in. We're going to take a look at specifically the one chakra that wants to come through with a message. The other 2 piles were quite different from each other, so we'll see what this one's about. A little bit of specific messages too. So, I mean, obviously take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And yeah, let's get into it. So for you, pile number 3, I don't know why I'm saying 1. We have clarity here with number 25, which is the third eye chakra. Lots of crystals. I feel like this might be clear quartz. Looks like quartz. Some of you, that might maybe be a good crystal to work with. So you could be gaining clarity, or you're seeing something for what it truly is at this time. We have prosperity, and we have, truth. It's like you're seeing the truth around some sort of situation here for yourself. What are they seeing the truth on? Could have something to do with your money. Pile 3. What is this message for them from their third eye chakra? We have authority with 10th house, which 10th house can be the career house. It's also just like our public image, like it's how we show up in the world, our status, our titles, right? So whether we're a mom or a dad or a caregiver, or we are a CEO, or you maybe have a certain designation, or you're a manager or whatever. It's like those types of labels of like what society or what people in our lives see us as. And then we have this Aries energy with act. Some of you might be seeing like how you need to be showing up. What else here for pile 3? I feel like maybe we might have to wait for the tarot to give us more specific information. Let's see. Okay, so we have personal growth here, number 7. And we also have new beginnings with number 1. So yeah, you could be, and especially with that Aries energy, right? It's like you could be starting something new. Aries is the first house. It's a number 1 as well. It's the first house of the zodiac. We also have patience here at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like if you are trying to get something off the ground, you're maybe getting clarity around what needs to happen, how you need to show up, what you need to do in order to see growth, in order to see this shift into this new beginning. It's like you're seeing what actions need to be taken. Some of you are also maybe gaining clarity on a situation and realizing like, you know what, I got to make a change. I got to do something new. I got to shift this. So you're seeing the truth of your current situation in order to change it, whether that's good or bad. I feel like with this prosperity, she literally, I'm pretty sure these are like coins falling all around her. So it's like you could be, again, this could be something to do with like your money, your job, maybe like how much money you make if you're looking at like evolving or trying to get a higher position. Even if it could also be business too, like you could be trying to increase your business. I feel like some of you could be having this realization if you're in a career that you can't get higher in your current job, so you might have to start a new job so that you can move up the ranks, or they don't have the position available for you, or you're not going to be able to get it, or something to that effect. If you're in a business, you might also be realizing like the way I'm currently doing things isn't giving me the results that I want, so I need to do something different. Not that you need to totally switch it up, but you might need to take a different approach. What else here for pile 3? What do they need to know here for pile 3? We got the Fool card. We also have the Hermit card. Yeah, I feel like you're almost kind of like coming into some self-reflection. We have the Three of Swords. Ten of Swords. Okay, so some of you definitely feel like betrayed in your current space. We also have 7 of Cups popping out. You're looking at your options. But we do have the 9 of Swords. So there's a lot of mental chatter here, a lot of stress maybe around leaving something, ending something, starting new, because we have the Fool card, we have that new beginnings, we also have this 10 of Swords. So it's like there's transition here. But I feel like you're thinking a lot about it. And you're looking at your options, but you're also still very hurt or feel very betrayed by what has happened or is happening. Yeah, we got this 7 of Swords, the Devil here behind the 9 of Swords, and then we have this 9 of Pentacles. So it's like there's things blocking you from your prosperity, your abundance. And I think you're realizing that. Now, some of you could be healing these things. These could be old past situations, but you're kind of going on a soul-searching journey here, doing some reflection on what's maybe holding me back, or what's been standing in my way, what's the illusion, right? Some of you are maybe realizing and coming to the truth and the clarity that like there's old wounds, there's old patterns that you've maybe been repeating that are sabotaging your growth. And I feel like you're clearing that energy up, you're cleaning that energy up, or you're being encouraged to and take authority for your own life, your own situation. And I think that's when you're going to see the prosperity. Let's clarify the card prosperity for pile 3, please. Can we clarify pile 3 or prosperity for pile 3? What is this prosperity? Yeah, 10 of Cups. Okay, so interesting, because I feel like we have 6 of Pentacles. There's this sense of receiving more, receiving possibly kind of like your dream, your wish come true. I feel like prosperity, and I was kind of wondering this in the beginning, this is not just like about money, but it's about your whole energy. So you're becoming prosperous in your love, your passion, your excitement, your money. Like it's everything. It's thoroughly enjoying what it is that you do, thoroughly celebrating and embracing what it is that you do, receiving it. Yeah, we got the 7 of Pentacles here, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So it's like materially being abundant, but it can be in an energetic form is what I'm getting as well, an emotional form. Now with this Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, there is this element of this patience, this waiting. So things might not just like boom, transition, right away. It's going to take, I feel like, some time. Obviously, to get to the 10 of Cups is like our wish fulfillment, right? So it's like that takes time. And sometimes for some of us, we're working our whole life and we reach different milestones towards that 10 of Cups, right? But I find a lot of times we learn so much in our life, and I feel like the 10 of Cups is like when you're older, like, and I mean like in your 80s, maybe your 90s, maybe older, 70s, whatever. It's like when you get to this point in your life where you've kind of slowed down and you're like, I've done that, or I did that, or you get to look back. Sometimes, even if we're in our 30s or 40s and we think, oh, I reached the pinnacle, I reached this 10 of Cups, I've already reached it. Sometimes there's still more to learn, and we might, you got at least hopefully double your life left. And so it's like there's things that maybe you don't realize at this point in time that maybe are in alignment, that aren't in alignment, that you think are, that when you get to 70, 80, 90, 100, you're like, yeah, that wasn't it was this, right? There's that kind of that reflection. So it's a journey. It's definitely a journey. And you are on the journey with the Fool here. You are on this path towards this prosperity, this abundance in all forms, I feel like. But it really starts with you stepping up to the plate. And again, this could be in your career, but for some of you, this is just in general. You've been looking at what's been holding you back, what's been sabotaging you, what's been keeping you kind of in the dark and confused and having a lack of direction. It's like now's the time for you to look at these things, to reflect on these things, to make a change, take the initiative, take the action, start the new thing. Something that's popping into my head is some of you are afraid to start new things because you think you're too old, or you think you've lost that time. Like it's not, it's like it's been too long. You can't do it. And I feel like this is saying like that's not true. That's like a belief that's holding you back. It might be harder, might be different, might not have as much time with it, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it, right? Let's get an advice for you, pile 3. What is the advice here for pile 3 in this reading? Ooh. Okay. So bottom of the deck, we have that 6 of Pentacles again. But we had... Okay, so the first card we have out is the Ace of Cups for advice. Then we have the Page of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Strength card. Okay. So your advice. So it's interesting, there's that authoritative Aries energy. Some of you might have Aries in your chart. Because we also have this passion at the bottom of the deck. So it's like there could be like a lot of this fiery energy that is within you. Regardless, there's this, again, this element of stepping up to the plate. Now what's interesting is that the Strength card is here. So the Emperor can signify control, but the Strength card is kind of this like soft internal control where it's like having this control over our mindset, control over our actions, control over how we approach situations. It's like our internal state and having control over that and being able to regulate and balance that, right? Like she's taming this lion. So this lion's not having these crazy outbursts and these big reactions, right? So I feel like for some of you, that I think this goes in with this healing energy that I was talking about, this reflection, this self-reflection, this looking at things. So your advice is definitely to harness that, to look at that, definitely stepping up to the plate and allowing yourself time and space to explore. Like, again, Ace of Cups, Page of Wands, there's new things, there's new ventures, there's new paths that not only can fill up your cup, but I also feel like that give you new adventure, new space to explore, new passions, right? New passions to go after. But I do feel like you're gonna have to give it time. And that's where I feel like the control piece might come in, where it's like allow yourself to start something, to try something, to see how it goes, and don't expect it to like immediately work for you. Like give it time, nurture it. So don't be impulsive when it comes to how long you think something should take or how much, it's like if you start the job, you might have to start at a certain amount of pay and then you're going to have to wait, a year or 2 before you get a raise, or you can apply for that job or that promotion within the company or whatever, right? Even like a business, like let's say you come out with a product, it's like, well, whether it's digital or physical or a service, you might have to, it takes time to build it up, right? You can't expect immediately that it just like flies off the charts. Obviously for some people it does that, but sometimes we have to allow the building blocks to build. I think for a lot of you, this is really about you gaining the clarity and the reality of your situation and understanding where things maybe need to shift and what needs to be let go of that we've been holding on to, harboring, and that's going to set you free. It's going to set you on this path to get you a little bit closer to this prosperity, this goal, this vision that you have, and allows you to start on that path, right? Ace of Cups is the beginning of the 10 of Cups, so we have to start at the beginning and allow ourselves to slowly progress over time and explore things and learn things and try new things and just see where it takes us. But the biggest piece is showing up and acting, taking the action, making sure that you are are doing that, right, with this Aries energy, like, don't be afraid to take action, try new things, but also allow it time. Whatever you take action on, allow it time to manifest, to unfold. You're right, instead of trying to rush it or feeling like it has to be the way you want it to be. Hopefully that makes sense. So hopefully that resonated for you guys, and that ties into this patience card as well. But I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you guys for being here. If you guys enjoy these readings, I do have, I post more readings in my Soulful Circle membership, which is a monthly membership where I give 3 readings a week for the collective there that are exclusive to that group. We do a monthly reading with Reiki healing, and then there's a whole library of meditations, Reiki healings, grounding tools, practices, all that kind of stuff. So to kind of like support you further on your healing and your journey. So if that is something that resonates with you, definitely check that out. Link for that is down below, and information and all that kind of stuff. The price is going to go up. It's September 1st. So if you want the current price of it, then you will want to lock that in before September 1st, before it goes up. So otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here as always, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Bye.